Frank Ski Show with Nina Brown. Boy, we are talking about a very sensitive subject, Nina Brown. Yeah. Block Kandi Burrus from Real Housewives of Atlanta's child's father, Riley's father, was on a show talking ill about Kandi, and people weren't happy about it. Block basically said that, Kandi was like talking bad about him, and he feels like, her talking bad about him is part of the reason that he doesn't have a relationship, with his daughter. Block, first thing I wanted to ask you, man, did Kandi ever keep you away from seeing Riley?
Honestly, Kandi never kept Riley away from me like that. I'm not saying, the mom, Kandi mom or whoever just kept putting stuff in my daughter's head. And still, a lot of people think that I had Riley, I never seen her, and I never took her places. I never took her to my other kids, to her games, and et cetera, et cetera. It's not like that. It's just, the situation was plain and simple. We kicked it for a minute, and I had another situation going on.
Yeah, tell the truth, Block.
Going on. Dog, I keep it solid. I'm from Zone 6, baby. We keep it solid over here. I had a situation going on, and you know how it is. Like, I was taking care of Riley at first, and then, she asked me for some crazy amount of money, sent me to child support court, and they gave her what they gave her. I paid child support all the way through 14, 15 years old, never missed one payment, and that's what made Kandi tell me, like, yo, y'all good, y'all communicating well. At this time, y'all communicating well, and, whenever you owe me, just, whenever Riley wanted, just take out and give it to him. So, man, 3-4 years went by, I tried to call Riley sometimes, she never called me back. This is when that show came on. And I didn't want to be on the show. The show kept calling me. Man, next thing I know, I get a thing in the mail saying I owe child support. I'm thinking, damn, but it's just a storyline. That's what I'm thinking, like, it's a storyline because, like I said,
you paid
everything. I've been taking care of Riley, man. When she was born, 14, 15, then we kind of got a little separate because, Riley wasn't calling me back. I guess how teenagers are. I'm thinking, because I raised teenagers before her. Mm-hmm. 3 mine, 1 wasn't mine. Why would I raise somebody else's kid and won't raise mine?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Wow.
All right, so Block, do me a favor. Hold on 1 second. I got to really, Nina, I got questions. I want to know why he called Kandi a side chick.
Yeah.
Why he had those ill words for her. I mean, I can understand the child support thing. She flipped it on him and whatever, but that would not make Riley not want to see him.
Exactly.
Riley to call him a bum father. And the thing is,
wow.
Block, at the end of the day, some women are saying you're not being really honest because, bottom line is you were in a relationship with a woman that you had kids with this woman. You were in a relationship with a woman. You stepped out of the relationship and you got with Kandi and had another baby outside the relationship. And I mean, some people are saying that, this is really your fault. What do you have to say?
It was like, me and my kids while we was on and off, and I met Ken, and we kicked it, and Riley happened, and I still don't all 10 like I did with all my other kids.
But, Block, regardless of the money, the child support aside, can you honestly look back at Riley's childhood and say that you could have done things differently or better?
Yes, I could have. Honestly, I could have. But check this out. All my kids live with me or lived with me. I think this was separated. When I found out that Kandi was pregnant, I found out 2 seconds before she called my kid's mom and told her. And, I'm from the hood. Well, it's just some codes that you go by.
Right.
Like if you knew what you get into and you knew what you was doing, let me do that. Don't call my baby mom and tell her, I'm pregnant, whoop the whoop. And, now my kid's mom she ain't bringing that baby around here. So y'all got to go off somewhere else.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why she couldn't, because her and my kid's mom got into it.
Got it.
So my kid's mom, she was outraged. She was tripping. She was like, hey, nobody around here.
Yeah, and I know Block's baby mama. I know her very well, and she don't play no games.
So I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah, so you didn't have a chance to, smooth it over to make that transition happen.
See, Frank, like this. Listen, man. If you go out here and you have a baby outside, and listen, I got 4 kids by this girl. There's no way you finna bring that baby up in this house. There ain't no black woman I know at that time. Now, down the line, smooth it out. Then she get over and say, okay, cool, take care of your responsibility. Of course. But some women ain't gonna go for it. Some women gonna say, no, you handle that outside.
So Riley still loses in that situation because now y'all got adult drama that's not fair on Riley.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna be a man about that. But hey, listen though. My mom called Riley, she don't call her back. I called Riley for 2 years, she didn't call me back. And I got on my phone. There was no communication with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got to try too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never stopped trying to communicate with Riley, to take her places, to do things with her. So it's kind of like somebody steal something in her that, you know what I'm saying, it kind of had a little bitter. Every basketball game she went to, me and my boys went. I took my other kids to her, but Riley never been in another Malik game, never been in another Makai stuff. So I'm like, hey, Frank, you know, one more thing I want to make sure that people understand about me. When I say I'm not chasing nobody, because this is one big thing everybody say. Well, you ought to chase for your kid. Yeah, but Riley 18 years old. Like, if she wants this relationship, I'm deaf, and I'm saying this in front of everybody. Man, listen, I raised all my kids. I've been raised 2 kids that wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I raise mine?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just a little too old and a little chasing the relationship that's not there. Like, okay, now I love you now, but how long I'm going to go chasing your love now?
Have you ever apologized to Riley about things that have happened in the past, just to say ultimately you're sorry for the role you played?
A lot of times.
Okay.
A lot of times. And listen, even on TV, I apologize for it 2-3 times.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I even broke my G code even going on that show. Like, I went on that show. I didn't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't let people know, listen, which I don't give a damn what y'all think about me. But I just want to know, just for Riley's sake, because sometimes she feels a certain kind of way in the public sphere. That, okay, Block got, you know, Malik this and Makai this and Kill this and Michelle this. So, okay, here we go. So I go on the show, okay, cool, I'm sorry about this, sorry about that. Let's start over.
I know it's tough, man. I know a lot of men that are in that position. I kind of went through it, so I understand 100%. But Block, thank you for setting your record straight with me and Nina.
And I understand from Riley's perspective, too. It's tough on her as well. So I pray that eventually y'all be able to smooth it out and have a consistent relationship. Because I know you personally, Block, and I know you are a good father. But I think there's a lot of, you know, misunderstandings in this situation on both ends. And I'm sorry that it's even happened.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all know y'all family with me. Call me anytime.
All right,
Love
Block.
you too, Block.
Thank you, man.
All right, man.
It's complicated, man. It's complicated. There's so many different ways to slice this pie, and it's unfortunate, but it's very complicated.
So I would have to say that it's not one-sided, just Block's fault.
Correct.
It's both.
Correct.
It's both parents' fault. It's
Yeah.
Kandi and Block. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
For
Because
sure.
you know, it's an unfortunate situation, and I'm sure like what Riley said. She said on the Real Housewives, you know, it's tough for her to see Block on social media doing stuff for his other kids, but don't do nothing for me.
Yeah,
and then you got
yeah.
Block saying, I'm trying to call you and you ain't calling me back. And there's some kind of disconnect there, and that's a problem.
And to Block's defense, I mean, Riley is 18 and he is making an attempt. So if she wants even a little bit of a relationship with her father, at this point, you have to at least extend your hand and say, you know, here's my hand. I'm 18 at this point.
You know what the other thing is that you know we haven't really talked about is a lot of times in this situation, the child who is going back and forth will say one thing to one parent and another thing to another parent. You know what I mean? And sometimes the child, and this is not everybody, but sometimes the child that's with the mom, and if the mom is having problems with the dad, the child will automatically pretend like they got a problem with the dad too. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to. You know, they don't want to add no more friction to their loyalties with the mom, so they don't want to add no more friction. And then over time, they just fall into that, and it's so bad on both sides.
Frank Ski, hold it down, Nina Brown. The Frank Ski Show with Nina Brown on 96.3 WHUR. The world is listening.